Navigators, welcome to yet another episode of Navigating Life with Viwe, without Viwe this time. And you will see in the studio there is an overpresence of the testosterone. So she decided to sit this one out. We miss you, Viwe. We miss your troublesome questions. We really are going to have a different experience without you today. And we hope to have you soon in the studio. With me, I've got Dr. Bay. Dr. Batemu Mgudlwa, and I've got Biza Brian Ndevu. And together we are tackling Ulwaluko, traditional male circumcision. It is not a practice that happens only in the Eastern Cape. You've got this practice in Mpumalanga, you've got this practice in Limpopo, you've got this practice in every other province, but the spectacle has been on the eastern side of the nation, the Eastern Cape. And we are just going to talk about a few points and clarify a few points of how we understand the practice, which is an age-old custom. Others argue that it goes as far back as in the Bible times. If you read the book of Genesis, you will realize that it does tell you something about the circumcision itself and its connotations to heaven.
Yeah.
So, Brian, how are you doing?
I'm easy, bro. I'm easy. First, let me
You seem very nervous.
I'm not.
You
I'm
of all the people.
This is the first time I'm doing a shoot with the Dog Bay. So, I'm sitting here thinking, when actually it's Father's Day here right now. It feels like a Father's Day session. So,
in a way, it is.
Yeah. I'm appreciating the atmosphere right now, and I mean, even our back staff as well, Gamachita. So it really feels like a Father's Day type of thing.
Boys' choir.
Yeah. This is an all boys club, and I think the conversation today is going to be very important, and we're ready to tackle it. I mean, let's take a look at our personal experiences. Let's take a look at, as you say, it is an age-old tradition, and it goes straight back to biblical times. And when you mention biblical times, now I think of Jewish people. At the age of 13. They have something called a bar mitzvah. And a bar mitzvah is literally Ulwaluko, but it happens at the age of 13.
Yes.
Where their way of doing things. So it's a tradition that exists by different nations and by different people.
Groups.
Yeah.
Dr. Bay.
Uncle Bay.
What
the Bay's in the building.
What was your first recollection relationally when you experienced Ulwaluko for the first time? Those that came before you, what impression did it make on you as a young boy growing up in a village? Did you grow up in a village? You got to be a town boy.
Yeah.
But what was your first impression on it?
Firstly, Mankan, thank you for having me again on the show.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You never get used to this. And in Nazman,
look, I'm not used to it. I was nervous with my intro.
Lights, camera, action type of thing. But anyway, I guess you must get out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm kulana lali nimna was.
Yeah.
Kuletam, Rice Krispies.
Yeah, the cornflakes.
The cornflakes.
Nesquik.
And growing up, sikhula sidlala isoka namajita asekasi. Ubekho mcalucalulo bayokaneni ezasetown. Ngathi soft life kind of thing. But into engileyo ke mna ke was very strong cultural background.
Right.
Yeah, my dad. See, so you could never escape. But you could never escape into lalini. Not that ubungayifuni ukhula, but when you are always dolopini, you funde down, uhlale down. Your father goes to his village home. Sometimes we'll go on night, sometimes I'll be, because there's also school programs over the weekend. So, yeah, so I'm a town guy, but I get to understand so I think I'm one of the most humble people when it comes to usuke edolophini ezilalini so ukwazi ukuthi what you call it ungene phakathi kwabo be part of them ungabonakali ungacaci sometimes nje abothuka xa besithi they seem surprised that lebra ikhula hlobo but nangu ulapho wenza into sizenzayo so yeah, so ndinayo experience yasezilalini but it's not much but
no. You seem to be having a fair amount of experience. Now, what was your first, like, if you have a first recollection of Ulwaluko experience? Because as young boys, we always aspire that when I grow older, when I come of age, I myself, and you're trying to mimic this whole thing. What was your experience?
Growing up, I'm just minding my own business. I'm a kid.
Right.
You know, we are born even at primary, but iskolo set was such that it's a comprehensive school. You got the primary and you got the senior secondary. In one schoolyard. Yeah. So we are born among the seniors and who are wearing a cap but we are born and it's like I can't do a much, but because I'm done, then you start talking about these things because go amongst EPSs
right.
But and niashiana omnye koko at 16 for example abuye next thing when esikolweni nonke and uyabona mawumjita uchintshile isinxibo but then we start talking bayikwenzwani kuzawuthini any curiosity fike
yes
and also if you want to be left behind.
Right.
Yeah, so you want to know about when it's my turn, what must I do without
yeah.
You know. It's not like we are brief or okay. It's out. Have you done this?
Obviously, you can't know. It's still premature for you at that stage.
A, B, and C.
Right.
There's all kind of conversation. Okay. So as using before you go there, you find that you are picking up. Yes, not really withheld, but I don't
the
know.
Information isn't fully available.
Maybe withheld. Maybe I don't know what another version or another option would be, but if this is not being withheld from him, maybe or something. But what I'm saying is most of the info you get it from Amajita Lokula now.
Sure. Yeah.
And then ube curiosity, and then you want to also get yourself ready for that day.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then also you got enough courage. When am I going?
Because
when is it going to happen?
And the hype builds up as you get older. So Brian, what was your experience? What were your lessons that you learned with the experience? I'm sure you must have been excited when it started, nervous, anxious. The excitement of the unknown. But what were your true lessons that you got there?
I love what Ubara was saying right now with Tokpe. You learn so many things from Amajita, and you get to a point where you then start questioning your parent as you're getting closer to the age.
Yeah.
You start asking the pertinent questions in when am I going? I remember, for instance, growing up in Tanzania, we knew in Dobana babekono puti betu.
Yes.
And they went. So such like and we'd get chased away, obviously, when things are happening inside Dobana. nebhekile sizise bakhwetheni siphinde sibuye nazo. It was still fun for us back then as kids.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you start to realize this is starting to hit closer to home. And yani, as you were saying, P, your peers, you know. I remember this.
But the call, when you went.
Yeah. When I went.
You were an initiate.
For me, I mean, as in reality, it's just fun times. As an initiate for me, it was, I think one of the lessons I learned is actually something that I still practice today.
Right.
Isolating oneself in order to fix problems. In order to work through a problem, a challenge that you have in your life. That isolation that I experienced from the while Payana, firstly, physically, you are isolated because you have this wound that needs to heal, right? It would never heal. Like in retrospect, when you look at it, it would never heal if you'd be running the streets, eating and drinking whatever you want. Therefore, that wound would not heal. Now, I juxtapose it to problems that you experience in life. And sometimes you need that silence and to be alone in order to try and work through this problem that you have. So it's something that if there is a lesson that I have learned, it is being able to isolate in order to fix a problem. Giving certain things up. Sacrificing certain things in order to achieve certain things. Because napayana, one of the things that we do sacrifice, for instance, it's our diet, right? Our diet, it becomes very minimal. There's no salt, there's no sugar, there's less water, right? Sometimes if you say you're fasting now and you tell yourself, I'm not eating between the hours of 6 and 6, you are giving something up in order to try and achieve something. You fast for a reason, right? So that on its own was a form of fasting for Mnaganya. That's how I look at it, Bana. It was a form of fasting in order to achieve a goal, which was healing. Now, in life, as we continue right now, for instance, I can tell you now, I was telling you earlier on in the Bana, for these last 3 weeks, for instance, my diet has been on no starch, less sugar. I'm on vegetables and fruit and protein only. And I drink on weekends. So I'm giving certain things up in order to achieve a goal. So that isolation and that sacrifice, it taught me how to isolate and sacrifice. I think in a long-winded sentence, it taught me isolation and sacrifice.
So Guy went to the mountain only to be to learn to
sacrifice.
Of all the things we could teach you, my son, all you can come up with is to isolate yourself. No, that's sufficient. That's sufficient. There's a whole lot of change and transformation to one's outlook in life.
Yeah.
Dr. Bay, was there any difference how you were received socially before you went to the mountain and afterwards? How you were accepted socially? Was there any shift?
Independent now, isolation.
As I take my hat off.
So don't isolate just because there are problems.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to isolate.
Yeah.
Just to center yourself again. Ufumane inspiration. Ufumane a whisper from Tigo, from abantu abadala. Sometimes you just need to isolate, not because of any problem. So nazo nje ndimefuna uyilungisa apho le ndibithethwa ngoBrian. So
you're basically
isolation
is necessary.
Yes, it's necessary.
Okay.
It's necessary.
Okay. Great.
Removing you from a day to day also phazamisa.
Yes.
Because you focused on one thing, on getting better. Coming out. Upilile, you know.
Sure.
You need to rest to heal.
Yeah.
So, John, the way I was brought up, some people even before the years to 20 thought I'm already in the indoor.
Boy, man.
So
uprightness of character.
If I'm sibetiwe sitshwekiwe sisolulwa, you know, by first born son, uyayithwala into.
Yeah.
Ne-behavior yakho, your character, you are molded to a point yoba ngathi ngoku ireplika. Bangathi ireplika yetama yakho.
There was no room for delinquency.
And one time I had to be a disciplinarian.
Right.
And I'm told over the phone by to
your younger siblings.
Yes. So
how do you
so you can imagine, I have to do this.
Right.
I have to
for
do
not
this.
following the instructions.
I have to do this. And this particular time, the youngest, to our middle brother.
Okay.
So kwalonto so I had to step in there. So before I went in already Sandy.
So I'm just trying to imagine, did you beat the elder brother for allowing this to happen?
No,
better beating his younger brother back to life? Or did you
for better laws and
okay.
Better zonke ukutheni uye kubethwa wena ubethe la.
You would have approached it that way, baby. Just a better.
So the way that I was raised, iba confusing abanye abantu.
Right.
Wangathi ndindoda ndingekabiyo ndiseyinkwenkwe. Ndikhumbula ndiyalwa as well ebuhlanje on this very same thing, but ube indoda mntanam even before.
Wow.
Ube indoda.
What a gallant, what a compliment. Brian, I can imagine to what Matembu is saying, right? There is a whole lot of story going around that when boys go to the initiation school, when they come back with some character aberrations, such that it questions the education that they get at the initiation school. So what Matembu is saying is taking me back to the point that we cannot allow the institution itself to mold. It can only enhance what has been started. What has been the journey. So you can't, when you're having a delinquent of a boy, hope that the 30 days of being on camp is all of a sudden go. It is hoped that it will, but because they've been there, it is assumed that that behavior only started during that process.
Isolation athetha ngayo Brian ngokungathi izalungisa 16, 17 years of uba delinquent. Like 30 days is going to change. Of isolation is right.
Scientifically, they can talk about it takes 21 days to create a habit or to formulate a new one. As you say, Doc, it starts from a very young age. How is a person raised? You can't expect 30 days to change behavior. That has been, if you could put it, indoctrinated. That has been a foundational phase. You can't expect to change it in 30 days. That sense of isolation that you get, I wish I had expanded on it. From time to time, you need to just regroup and find self in order to progress and move forward. You need to regroup, and that requires shut the external noise out and center self. That education that happens in there, is really just a matter of sitting up, this is what's expected of you, this is what's expected of you. And that's literally 2 weeks of it if you look at it realistically.
For sure.
Because that first week you are still in pain, you don't know what the hell is going on here, you are trying to adjust to the times at which things are. Food comes in, these people I don't know are in here, I'm learning a new language, what the hell is going on? By the time you are accustomed to everything that has gone on, you already have 2 weeks left, and now that's supposed to change behavior? No. So the education does start before.
Yes,
education certainly does start.
Absolutely.
And some parents baxawe ngabantwana ne yeah uve utata omntana esithi hey ave ndiyoluse le ntwana le bekayi-one ngongathi izawusolve i-problem never, it will never solve xa umntu asikabe west xa because ngoku umnika i-license ngoku
indoda ngoku
uba uyindoda so azibone ngoku i-equal yakho.
Is it important then to say people who are part of the process, because the process comes in various segments, right? Just the celebrations or maybe the preparatory steps before the initiation process, then the initiation process, then the homecoming, right? So at every stage, right, during the education, must you be intentional as a parent as to what kind of people are going to be presiding over the process? Because sometimes it happens that we give people who are actually questionable character, crooked people, to actually let their ideas and their characters reign supreme over those little boys, because it's very seldom that you find someone who's a parent of an initiate is part of the process of the education, of the educational process. But how important is it that you select people and be intentional about that selective process who are going to actually supervise that whole process from the cradle to the grave?
I don't think I got education.
You did not get education as an initiate?
Yeah, I didn't get any education.
So we are saying namazinyo pa. We are so sad.
No, not that. No, not that. Jonga, Philip, no, Kankiwa.
Yeah.
And it was just the two of us.
All right.
All kinds of they say but of course sobana goes out.
So there were no comrades there, your confederates?
No, it was just me. Yeah.
It was just you alone?
Just me and Okangi.
Must have been lonely. There was no need for isolation there. You were isolated already. Yeah.
My melodies show.
Guys, that's comfort.
My afternoon drive. So
you had radio?
It was really isolation. It was really isolation for me.
At the bush?
In the air. So earlier on, I never had that experience.
Yeah.
Nana Hotman, the Apple Nandi, Lilo Light, the mind is Suku Janstin. So I didn't experience those things.
Yeah.
So in the Shelling daughter, no education about Ubudota because I send the educated already the time.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
So in the APA just for ukuba kutyolwa umsebenzi ndibe nomntu ondigadileyo ohleli nam kutya kwafika nagaina 10 kgs kondipha so yile nto xa kuthethwa ngesikolo mendiqoma ndiyazibuza sometimes uba sesiphi kanye esi sikolo what have I missed from into yesikolo? Have I missed out on itali yakhona because ikhona itali nje ongazuyiva noyiva kuthethwe uva abantu bayathetha but awuyiva nentetho but baya-understand bona so that I missed out on that that language lo tali.
And where do you use it again?
Exactly.
It's esoteric.
But uyabuzwa but yonke loo nto yoba kuthethwe into engavakaliyo but uyabuzwa into yobana who are you, where are you from, and so on because azise yabo okwendoda azise indoda ithini indoda yazi uba ibe ngubani surgeon yayo ingcibi yayo nokanti wakho uphi usuka phi you know
everything that happened according to
isiduko ungubani kabani and then but that's education and yazi education
okay, now maybe you will answer this question. Then if you don't know your education yapaya and you are articulating your experience there, Now, can you with conviction say, well, I suppose this question is rather late because you've got 2 boys and one of them has already been there. What was your thought processes now taking him there to say, okay, are you doing it because are you taking him there because you were taken there and because your forefathers were taken there? So it's just or you see the actual value? Because listening to you, I would imagine that you don't really get the whole point, the whole fuss around it. Otherwise, if you were to do without it, you could do without it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. Now take us through.
Bakhona abantu bafunza abantwana bethu in nonsense.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Bakhona abantu bafunza abantwana bethu in nonsense.
Yeah.
You know. And bakhona abantu abafunza xa ukhetha umuntu ozawuba likhankatha ukhomba ufuna umuntu noko you want somebody onomzi. Umuntu osebenzileyo awufuni isityebi somqa ufuna umuntu solid. Right. He's got a family, he's got a home, unenkomo, unegusha, but he's somebody ozoxa etisha umntana nomntana boma andifundiswa and this person who's with me ondifundisayo it's not a nobody ngumuntu onentsebenzo yabo ifana xa uthiwa uyayalwa uthathwa nabani
that's exactly the point.
So I think when umzali uzawufaka unyana wakho pha, make sure that you've got the right people with you. Une-team nje right yabantu who are going to assist you in making umntana wakho indoda. I appreciate nale journey akuyo, you know. Ewe ufanele abanye abazali abasondelanga ncam.
I see. And as a result, when there's no control and supervision, abuse is definitely guaranteed.
It runs rampant.
Yes.
I felt so bad. This is especially the one time.
Yes, sir.
Up December, my son had already. The sister was in kid, and he was just doing okay. But kungenezi indwana eziyithupa.
Right.
And I was about 10 and one was up. Just briefly, I got the gist of why those boys went there. Umzali ufune ukhangi washiya abantwana nokhangi.
Right.
Ukhangi washusha wathini abantwana go into abayamaka. So you have to be involved.
Of course.
You have to be involved. So sumntana pha ugqiba uyekela abanye abantu to run the show.
You can't outsource the responsibility.
I could see apha ebusweni belight yam when I went there to visit. But there was the belayita man. Belayita xa ibona utatakhe khona. It meant so much.
The world to him.
Wow.
It meant so much.
Your presence is reassuring.
Watsho naye so nakama you know ungayithatha light into. Ungahlala eofisini or uhlale wherever uyekela abanye abantu benze into kanti umntanakho all they want to see is your face. Ayibona
oyena muntu onokufundisa ubudoda
lo muntu umsepha.
Yes.
Aphinda ayomjonga ambone because I've been there. So i-trust yakhe yonke kum because I've been there. So xa ndisithi uzawuba right. He
believes what you say.
If you die, right, whatever I'm saying to him, I believe it because I've been there. You know, so it's important, but as umzali, show up.
But to add on to Lendwiteta Yopram, it was 2021. And Umchita knew from way before in Dobana Exe, you're gonna have to go. But luckily, you know, I have my younger brothers, right? That had gone through initiation. So whenever any of them went in, I would take him into Banaexe. So by the time he came through, he knew in Dobana, okay, Liana, and this is going to happen for me as well. Now, to come to Lendwi Tetaye Yondobana, that reassurance, that presence as a father, that presence as a parent, as a father, okanye ootatomncinci because some of these young men baya khona ootata sebengekho, so ootatomncinci noomalume babalulekile. Yeah, they are fathers towards that young man. Ibalulekile indima yabo into yobana bayidlale.
Yeah.
Now I told this dude, my one, into yobana exact chap, the time's gonna come. Yani, he went in. And luckily, because of the nature of work that I only had to be at work in the afternoon. So I knew in Dobana I'm going to be there for those first 10 days. I knew in Dobana every night I'm sleeping right there next to him. Because I need to be here so that this guy can be reassured, one. But two, I'm going to work with him as well in Dobana. When it's time to start doing things, we are going to start doing things, and I'm not your father right now.
Yeah.
I am not your father, you are here to heal. And we'd sit and have these conversations. But what you're saying, Bara, about your presence as a parent, it is very important, but because I would see that guy. I remember when that moment happened in Dobana, he looked at me on some, dude, are you going to let them do this to me? Are you going to let them do this to me?
So you had, your presence was important for you to reassure him.
Yeah.
That, look, I've been through that.
I've been through this. And
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Speaking of that, I think there's a whole lot of ills that follow from the presence or the lack of presence of fatherhood in this male-dominated phenomenon. Right? As a result, you find that there are character changes in the life of a male child after traditional circumcision. And now, the Eastern Cape has been known to be a province with the highest death rate of initiates, right? Now, with what we have discussed, right, it's a sore point for all of us because a death of one initiate is a death too many, right? What could be the issue? What causes that? Through your own experience, understanding, and insights, as practitioners of that custom.
I've done interviews with regards to this, and I've had a conversation with people from the House of Traditional Leaders, and we've had conversations with Abantu Basezilalini.
Correct.
There are people who take chances and opportunities out there.
Yeah.
You'll find, I remember in 2016, for instance, there was a point at which there was a young man, there was a young boy, all of 22 years old. 22 years old. And this boy went and took something like 8 initiates through. 22 years old. None of them were okay. Because this boy went there, he took an advantage, and he decided to go and charge. Now, what some of these boys do is that they will take Elite to Ehlatin and initiate them. Then send Umdana to Ekayen and Dobana, hey, your son is here, he's been initiated. You better come and do the right thing. First of all, ziyaziba. There's that problem. Some of these young men bayaziba, some of these young boys bayaziba. Two, you have a problem where...
Sorry, Brian, hold it there. I think I'm going to play the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Are we saying every time we have cases of death, it had been by reason of the fact that it was young, inexperienced boys who were...
It's multifaceted. It's multifaceted, Wes.
Okay, that was but one example.
Okay. Yeah, that was but one example. In Dobana, some of these young boys, bayaziba, report.
Okay.
2, the people exercising the practice itself are not qualified. 3, okangi kwabona are irresponsible. 4, there are issues like the diet that is there, or the not following of a diet that is there, right? Yeah. Now, let me stick with the first 3. Ezindwana is by, right? These ones that decide in Dobana, I don't want to be left behind by my friends, and I'm going.
Yeah.
The families of those kids are not ready to...
We call it ukbalekela in my locality.
Yeah, ukbalekela, and then kuziba. Now, uziba kwakwanye ukubalekele khona. Your family is not ready to take you through that process.
Yes.
There are certain things that are supposed to be done. For instance, right now, Department of Health has made it a point that there are inoculations that you need to get before you go there. You need to have a consent form and also a health test before you go to Ehlathini, because some of the problems are that you go there with a particular illness or when you're with a particular sickness that just becomes worse when you get there.
An STI sometimes.
An STI, exactly, and you don't even know that you have
it. Before you go there, Lala
Ndombi, yeah. So you go there with an STI, and then the problem just becomes exacerbated because now this wound needs to heal.
Your body is taken through a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Testing the environment, the diet, the conditions, the endurance. Now, I'm just trying to think, right? There is a traditional male circumcision, then there is a medical, or is it medicinal male? Yeah, medical male circumcision. Now, it would make sense in the past where there wasn't a vast availability of this instrument. Now, with time, certain areas made it a norm that they should use foreign equipment or the latest technology, you know, as instruments to actually circumcise the young boys.
Sure.
And others decided to stubbornly hang on to ancient ways, so to speak. Now, what are your gentlemen's views, right? I'm going to start with Ubatem because he's a medic, right?
Yeah.
What is your view regarding that?
I'm watching about
Come on, take one for the team, bro.
Absolutely.
I did it the traditional way.
You did it the traditional way.
And my son also opted for that.
He opted for that, so you gave him that prerogative.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's the reason for that?
Unfortunately, ego, but it's you. How traditional. I'm fine, man. Come into.
Huge.
Take us through.
Physically, there is no. In fact, no, physically there is a difference.
I beg to differ.
Number one, I'll call anesthetic, tough.
So you want to act tough?
It's not acting tough.
I'll sit call anesthetic.
I call anesthetic.
How do you know?
For ngabantwana bethu. And abanye abantu, even in the medical space, who come up with all these regulations about makwenzeke ntoni before umntana ayepha. It is still inimba. For abantwana bamangabhubhi abantwana. Yeah, because ubhlungu noma ngomntanami ibhlungu noma kuthiwa umntana ubhubhile. So ikhona inimba medical efuna into yobana this is it's a procedure. And procedures esibhedlele, they are done under local anesthetic.
Sure.
Awuzusuka kanjani procedure emntwini. So ikhona loo nto yobana to make this thing humane, ingathi it's inhumane ngoxa isenziwa out there. I even have a friend of mine ongugqirha obesothuka beyikhuza nto bayibo
ungathi ungugqirha ualawe into yobana
ndithi no intwana yam ifuna ohlobo and I won't deny him ndithi nam izawuba buhlungu izawuthini ibe ifuna ngolo hlobo so that I experience uyayazi xa kuthiwa kwenzeka nto kodwa ndiyindoda bekhona ndiyindoda nyhani because I've gone through something where there was no anesthetic and then ndiyakuvuthetha ngee-gadgets ezikhoyo to assist with the device ekuncedisayo uba your cut iba ibe no-precision so that ungamoshi because some umuntu owenza traditional can also cause damage.
Absolutely.
They can also cause damage, but now uzawukhangela umuntu o-experienced.
Not the 22-year-old.
Yeah, not a 20-year-old.
Go and look for that 40, 50-year-old.
Track record. And then thereafter, you cannot is in other words, you cannot is a traditional nurse. What is a nurse doing? Daily dressings. Yonke lonely. Ufuna umuntu oyazi into ayenzayo. Not somebody onabantwana abayi-100 abajongeleyo and there's no hand washing. Uyaselwa. Undwendelwa by a girlfriend or umanye bashiya abantwana aye wherever ayakhona abuye with a bag agqiba phinde azo ibag iphinde ngapha ebantwaneni abo bagcinileyo.
Yes, sure. It's the risk element.
Yeah.
Because the studies reveal that it is riskier to go the traditional route.
Yeah.
I know you guys feel strongly about the traditional route.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happens in other places, in other areas, when it happens surgically, right? Because you find that a male nurse, right, so trained, who has been initiated, who's an initiator himself, who has been initiated in his previous life, right, is the only one with a license, so to speak, to go and operate those boys using the instruments, the surgical instruments, right?
Okay.
We do not have a special trip for the initiates to go to the hospital and be in that setting. So now, for me, the statement that uye esibhedlele, it's misplaced in my view. In that setting, right? Unless you physically went to the hospital and only got to go up the mountain afterwards, after the operation. No, it happens right in the mountain, right? Anyway, by the way, the intention is not really to
divulge or dispel,
divulge, but some of this information is already in the public domain. So yeah.
And with this info that you're talking about, I mean, for instance, there are acceptances to the rule. For instance, right now, Department of Health, along with the South African Police Services, they've come together to say in order to curb the number of deaths, the initiates, they need to work together, right? So,
some traditional affairs.
House of Traditional, Traditional Affairs. Now, all those three entities have come together to try and curb the rate of deaths, right?
Yes.
How the cops play their role is to make sure that anyone and everyone who is there in the bush has the necessary clearance to be there.
Yes.
Anyone who is operating as the bush nurse is qualified to do so. Anyone who does the incision is qualified to hold that scalpel, for instance. Now, I'll bring it back to me. When I took Rite here, now when I went, it was pies, lalini, kunjalo, hindi, indota, sure. There was none of that. You have to go and get shots for tetanus before, or whatever other illnesses that might come. So they are before uambiongen. Bayaqinisa basically, right? In the same way that ngesintu kuzawuthiwa uyoqatshulwa okanye uyaqiniswa, they do it now medically so that whatever illnesses you might, if you go, the inoculation. So if you go there with an STI, at least it's going to be nullified after you are there. It's not going to exacerbate itself as an illness. Then so the person who comes and makes the incision has to walk around with iphepha elithi, I am qualified to be ingcibi and I am here to work. So you can't just walk in there as a 22-year-old to figure so. You have to have iphepha elithi, I am qualified to do this. Bush nurse kwayena naye qala, same thing. Nemiqathango ebekiweyo ngoku ever since COVID, so bana you have to wash your hands. That's where the Department of Health comes in. Whoever walks into Elapoma Eliana, there needs to be a bucket of water outside where you wash your hands before you go inside, and that water must have a certain pH level of salt or bleach or whatever, so that your hands are clean by the time you go in, even if you are not going to go there and touch. But it's more specifically for Ukangi, who is the bush nurse in Dobana, your hands must always be clean. Umkweta has their own water that they drink, Payana, so that nothing contaminates what he has. You know what I mean? So I love the rules that have been put into place by Traditional Affairs, SAPS, as well as Nansiga Department of Health. It's great, right?
Namaspala, sorry to cut Brian, Namaspala also But they do random visits.
Yes,
right.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
So basically,
They
at
do.
least they try and curb and minimize the risk of exposure.
We can't let go of tradition, bro. And I mean, I know this report that you're talking about and those papers that have been written. Look, it still sounds, to some people, it will be barbaric. They'll say it's still barbaric. Oh, you guys are such barbaric. You're barbarians. You're still doing this the old way. Tradition will never change. Culture will.
No. But no one is implying that tradition will never change, right?
Yeah.
But if you are holding on stubbornly to something that has been proven to be inimical, right, to the perpetuity of the very same tradition that you are trying to preserve, then that's just being stagnant and I don't know.
I don't think so, Wes. And unless you're practicing it to the T. And it also requires you as a parent to be involved and to be present. Like I said, Ndobana, and Upi was saying as well, Ndobana, he would go and visit his son and he would see his son light up in his face like, when he goes and sees him and he goes and visits him. So it requires you as a parent, as a parent, to be there physically, to make sure, Ndobana, should anything happen, and Kuti, where we are now sitting at a state where we need to go to an ambulance, you need to be there so that we're going to need an ambulance, because that's what makes you a parent, right?
Yeah.
It mustn't get to a point where Umdana needs an ambulance. You are supposed to be there to monitor as well and play your part.
Brian and Bara, the tradition itself has got to be foolproof, right?
Sure.
The fact that I'm there as a parent is just for me to satisfy myself that nothing untoward goes on, right? Now, there are elements of mischief, obviously. People who mishandle, their duties and roles in this, right? Now, why don't we correct those elements about the practice that are deviating from what we've accepted? To allow the tradition to be foolproof. You understand? Like there are certain things that we'll have to cut out. I'll make an example. The alcohol, abuse of alcohol. Right. We've spoken in the initial stages of this discussion that if someone was imbibing before they went to the mountain, there's nothing about the mountain that is going to change.
That is going to change.
They will still drink and get drunk.
Right.
There has been risky sexual behavior associated with new initiates because they are either being encouraged by a rogue element. We know that there are rogue elements where they are encouraging these young boys to go and test their newly sharpened tools, right? And one, it is derogatory to women in my view because often they are being told that they should find a woman who is of a lesser value, so to speak, right, to sleep with, and not to sleep with their main girlfriends, just so that they can cleanse themselves, There are people who believe in that, which I find very irresponsible. It's
toxic, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Secondly, the tradition has got laid out rules that you should be celibate for quite a period after your homecoming. So what has been your experience? What is your understanding? What is your education on that?
It starts from before the whole process.
Yeah.
You as a parent, ungumzali and ungutata womdana, you must recognize and realize that you yourself are about to take a child through a process of initiation, which means that you yourself should be cleansed, you yourself should be clean, right? Things like smoking and drinking, you need to stop. It even ties down to you in the bedroom with your own wife, okanye with your partner. Ubana, in order for this to happen, kuzila ogo. And you want things to go well, you give certain things up.
Yeah.
So you give up even sex with your partner, even though you're not the one that's going in.
Yes.
You give up having sexual relations with your wife so that this one can have a successful because energies are shared there. This one can have a successful journey.
Yes.
So, and you wait until, bro. Now, I waited until after. I remember. I started.
No looky for a good month.
I started in October. Elitium went end of November.
Yes. You wanted this thing to succeed,
I stopped cutting my hair. I stopped shaving. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking.
You went to disheveled like that.
Hey, bruh, Jordan. Yeah. And you can only imagine October.
I hope you didn't stop washing.
Bro, no, I had to. I started. At least I held on to that. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice, yes. Can't you restrain yourself, Dr.
Come on.
Why were you defying?
I'm defying the defiance. There's always a loophole. It's not necessary. After much, once much, so I'm born or something more. I'm
Yeah.
And therefore, I'm just by side cool balance. I'm now crying. October to
27th of December.
Yeah, bro.
1st October to 27th December.
Right after much is on the Cuba. So yeah, but I had to respect the first 8 days.
Basically, it's not only a parent or relatives of the initiate, is everyone who is going to have dealings with initiates.
Yes.
They are
the surgeon, Ikangata.
They are barred from engaging in sexual activity. Married, even married men.
Yep.
They are barred from having sexual activity. Because, I mean, if
1st October, 27th December.
I mean, it's basically fasting. It's a fasting period for everyone. Yeah. Coming back home, the celebrations and the felicitations.
Yeah.
There is emphasis on the presence of the alcohol.
Yeah.
A merriment is never a merriment unless there's alcohol.
Sure.
And as a result, these initiates, who are expected to be of an upright and reverent behavior, are the ones who are who abuse alcohol.
Sure.
So how then do we strike the balance as a society to say, look, if we are going to discourage this, we're not saying people should not drink at all.
Sure.
Right? We are saying in moderation.
Sure.
Okay. So where did we get it wrong, especially as far as alcohol is concerned? Now, we are away from the mountain. We don't need to hide anything.
Yeah.
We are now out in the open in celebrations.
Yeah.
And
this person has just come back from the mountain. Now you are now socializing back into life.
In some households, you even entertain the initiates themselves with alcohol.
Yeah.
Which I don't get. So your views there, gentlemen. Starting with you, Doc.
Alcohol is not the problem here. The problem here is the behavior. Yeah. And also the character. Emkitini endwana zabanebhekile yazo mas.
Yeah.
Nebhotle yazo. So,
well, I think it's different. It's different. I'm learning. I'm learning, right? Because we are from different areas in the Eastern Cape. You know, every locality has got its own set of rules.
Sure.
And practice common to that region.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
And please, gentlemen, I'm not comparing region to region.
No.
Some
none is higher than
advanced in certain things.
Yeah.
Now, I know for a fact that boys from where I come from, they're not allowed to touch alcohol. Even though it is a known fact that they, by their very nature, or practice, they drink alcohol, but they're not allowed to consume it for as long as they are new initiates, right? Right? So now you telling me here that banikwa ibhekilana yabo.
Yeah.
Right? And again, alcohol is not a problem only to male children. It's a problem to our society as a whole.
Sure.
But I'm just saying, as people who are custodians of this tradition,
sure,
we seem to be placing a lot of emphasis on alcohol. And it's not even the traditional home-brewn beer, right?
Sure.
Things that are foreign concepts to this tradition. And we emphasize on those things to say, oh, they are the integral part of our practices, of our customs, of our being. Is that so?
But imizi ayifani kwenye imizi umgidi ayingomgidi kungasilwanga yabo. And we are not saying kule mizi apho kusiliweyo khona kwaphinda kwancediswa nangotywala besilungu. We are not saying kuxatyiswe utywala. This is a celebration.
Okay.
And kule celebration zizaba khona iimfanelo zabafana. Zikhule iimfanelo zikhona. Whether usezilalini or usedolophini ziba khona iimfanelo zabafana belala, ne? Because abafana bayasebenza. Abafana baxhela inkomo, baxhela igusha, kwenziwa le nale.
Right.
Ngabafana ngabantu bendawo kufanele bayafumana iimfanelo zabo
because rights and obligations.
Because kunjalo because ngomso into izaba komnye umzi abafana belali bazafuneka befumana iimfanelo zabo. I-community le xa kusenza imisebenzi imicimbi abafana babakhona kuyangcwatywa uwilo zibambani umngane wabo umuntu omdala abafana bela bawathini bazakomba bazakwenza loo nto yenziwayo babe
bayathotywa futhi
abasho bantu ezilalini bayazibeza. But so in that spirit naxa kusenziwa i-celebration abafana bazayifumana inantsika ibhekile yabo bazayifumana icase yabo imbodlela zabo because this is a celebration. Akuthiwa hayi like sizoshusha siyoshusha iimfanelo zabo. And if abazifumananga ezaa mfanelo funeka uyazi uba ngomso uzawuba sengxakini. We're not saying into entice abantu babasoloko bekhona ziimfanelo zabo. Don't deviate.
We're talking about excess. Excesses.
Excessive. That relates to behavior.
Alcohol induced.
But onwabisa abantu at the same time.
Onwabisa abantu with casualties. People fight.
It depends on the behavior yomntu xa esele.
Sober.
Well, whether sober or because kaloku mos xa kubekwa ibhotile kusithiwa ziimfanelo zabafana akushiwo into yobana umfana oyi-one must go and chase there and get drunk and stupid and then start acting the fool.
I can't believe you said Silva is part of the entertainment. But be that as it may, gentlemen, all right, we've got the celebration, Umgidi, the boys are all alive. Welcome, the speeches, Ukialwa. And then now there is this element about Ulwaluko that has been, it has become very picturesque. It has become very quaint. And,
I know exactly where you're going with this one.
And then you've got women who are resplendent in their imibhaco, right? And they are singing and there are celebration, there's dance, and then kuyalwa inkwenkwe. I've seen a consistent surge, right, where the participation from the women folk is quite conspicuous, right?
In the sense
and
that
now this is traditionally a male affair. Kuzokwenziwa umfana indoda. Is it a case where we are adjusting the culture so that it can suit the present day demands, where we are involving females, right?
According to my understanding was, and I stand corrected, otata ngabo that drive most of the process from the time umfana goes in up until he comes out. Now on the day when he does come out, during the celebration, iba khona that moment where kuthiwa hayike uzayoyalwa ngomama.
Okay.
And that moment is where otata are done. We have done all we should. We took you through the process. and we have told you what is expected of you. Now you are going to be given a female's perspective of what is expected of a man in this world, right? So it's not moving on with the times. I think, according to my understanding, is that because they give birth to these sons. Yes, izibazana. Izibazana is there to say into bana unganiphoxeke mntanami. Utata wakho ebeniphethe ngolu hlobo, nawe uzundiphathe ngolu hlobo okanye utata wakho ebeniphethe ngolu hlobo, uzunganiphathi ngolu hlobo. So
I think you guys are progressive.
It's very critical. It's very critical that role your mom into bana banikwe chance yabo na into bana they must tell this young man bana this is how women expect a man to operate. Okanye this is how to deal with women. We can't do it because we are men.
Respectfully, they don't get a platform where I come from. Our mama don't get a platform at all.
Really?
To speak over the lives of those boys, they don't get a platform.
That's where Intlangas is.
This is just information sharing.
That's where Intlangas
this thing is very vast.
So
this conversation, gentlemen, has helped us to actually find one another. And I believe that we cannot settle it in one sitting.
No, absolutely
Maybe there
not.
could be part two looming.
Oh, mama, they have a role. Now, just mama bethu as well, they've played a role. They've molded us also in molding. I saw people one. Ewe driver Ulwaluko ngutata but nomama uyayidlala irole yakhe. Supporting lo tata. Kupheka bani?
That's their function. That's their function. Oh, very important.
Pepe ukutya akulala ukutya fresh food every day. Every day fresh food.
Every meal.
Yes.
Nathi sinayo responsible. Hey, le ntwana maniyibuyise i-right kumamayo. Otherwise, because you are going to be held accountable.
Of course, bro.
Responsibility yakho kuba la ntwana makaphume right. Ogqiba uthi wenze handover. Nabo they have expectations from lo mntana uba makabe indoda ehloniphayo against i-GBV. Noba umntana uzawusela okanye uyasela but asele ekukhuleni kwam kuthiwa indoda ayiseli idiza bestrateni.
Even now, it's not. Even now, I go mbono mhlelo.
Obvious, papa. And then lando etshwala bokho I mention, sebesengidini, but endwana lamakhwala azahambe bestratweni enze up and down. Abanye bafundiswe wrong bafuna usela bafuna namanye amakhwala kuthethwe letali uthethe ubona ingathi asikosho ngale ubona umntana wakho edliwa ke adliwe umntana funeka uthenge ibhotile kuhlala kuloo ndawo kuhleli kuyo sisele ntwana irongo ke leya into irongo kakhulu.
I want to hear you gentlemen emphatically discouraging that behavior. No guys, we cannot do that.
Umntana umoluse anxiba thina gqibame pha ubona abantwana bashushu no. We are not sending them to ehlathini for law nonsense.
Into bahlalani niyozivulela inhlanti estratweni nigezelane nikhuphelane imela nibethane ninxile nixhathazele estratweni kodwa naku usanxiba icaps.
So noma mabanye role jonga kudala I think mhlawumbe ide yachinja into yethu to accommodate omama because bekade bevaleke ngaphandle kakhulu. You find that ngoku into iba lavish ngoku. Kuthiwa welcome to so and so's mgidi kubekho i-backdrop kubekho le kubekho ideko ubona iseyinto nje
Glonda what dog when you consult with family when you're doing a process efana nalena you will find yourself moving from an era. For instance, mna ngokundolusa ilight yam ndandixelele uba ndizayihlamba ilight yam ndayenzela umgidi later on because I knew what my finances were like, right? But now you are consulting with your family and your family then says into yobana hayi man, I will add this, I will help with this, I will bring this, I will do this. Yade yangumgidi. You know what I mean? So it takes a family
Yes,
nyani,
absolutely. As it should.
In order for ukolusa umntana nobuyisa umntana, in the same way ke ngoku that I feel ukubana it should take the entire family uyala umntana and raising la mntana lo one, because in the same way that we all come together to make something happen for lo mntana to come back, okanye whether it is you giving your time, you giving your finances, when I was also kagegusha, when I was in a case, you are now making this a celebration. Absolutely. Whereas it was just going to be a simple
joint effort.
Now it's a joint effort. So it's a joint effort bringing that child up and also uyala. Right. So it falls on both. I feel it falls on both Omama and Otata. It's let the culture evolve. The culture will always evolve, but the tradition will always remain the same.
Yeah, Brian, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Level England to go theater. You just yangikhumbuza phinda emphasize the point you are coming together as family and friends. Abantu bapitche in for you. I wouldn't have been able to banolusa umntana ndodwa. I would have a celebration it wouldn't have been possible without abantu who
a communal spirit
value apha ebomini bam. Ubrian ebekhona pha uyambona nxa beneskhipha bekhona pha engu-MC
bro
umkito umntana
wafana umntana
so le nto ithethayo bra bensithi kuyo ilight would light up xa ndiyoyibona, but my brothers were there. Brother.
Sithethe into enye.
Sithethe into enye. Ubrian ebesiya pha ehlathini.
Yes.
Unathi.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a communal spirit. And it's people you trust.
Ndiqonda mna ngoku ndiyosebenza ngo. Ndiyopush, I need to work hard, I need to make money. Andizokwazi uba ndenze ezi trips.
Collaboration.
People pitched in.
Collaboration.
You're late, man. In a big way. She showed up in a big way. Umama eza grocer entombazana zenza ngokwami. Umama ngabona sethe nanzi imali egrocer. Nazi izinto kwezi izinto.
Izanothatha ukutya komntana.
Kukho nabantu babe ndimentionile pha ngoba ndibulela omnye umntakwethu uthiwa ngenkomo. Wadibana nonolast beza nenkomo. Ndinenkomo nami ebendinaso kwakho inkomo zayi-2. Before umsebenzi besihlala phaa endlini kufika abantu yayi-build up.
And we didn't cook supper because besityela kwakho proper.
Build up kuyibona it sucked me up quite warm. Kodwa bakuba khona umsebenzi apha. Jonga, you can't do that thing alone. You can never do it alone. Nomntu ongumama unamabhongo akhe ngomntana akhe ngomzukulwana wakhe, so asikwazi uvala sithi hayi into tata because ukolusa umntana it takes a village.
Bro.
And it doesn't take not a village of just men, but a village that is inclusive of everybody.
No, gentlemen, don't get me wrong. Just to balance this out as we're about to close, right? There is no right or wrong. What I'm saying is the thought processes must be respected in each locality.
For sure.
Because they are trying to achieve the same thing. It's got a sense of communal spirit. For instance, omama bayapheka ngabo abasa ukutya phaya. Not the boys. Young females, the young maidens. They take food to the mountain that is prepared
cooked
by Amazibaza and everyone else. So there is a communal spirit. It is only in the final stages where only men speak in my locality. And I wish these things could complement and supplement one another.
Sure.
I'm just saying we should make this a tradition that we can all be proud of, because without this tradition, we feel less than our personhood.
Yeah, bro.
Navigators, these gentlemen have exceptionally spoken and represented their true views about the tradition, and I'm glad that they both believe in this age-old custom, because we feel our sense of being and our sense of personhood, and it is what makes us who we are. We've always celebrated in song and dance. We do this in appreciation of our culture. And when we are trying to mold boys to men, let's do so in a celebratory and a communal spirit. Thank you very much for watching with us. We're hoping to see you soon in our next episode.